Well, the best modification of 2020 arrived today. Haha! So, what you can see is, if I put it up to the camera there, try not to blind you off the light reflection, is I haven't been into it in too much detail, but over the last few weeks I bought myself a pickup truck, whatever, like that's basically exact description of what I went and got. Got a bit fed up with the weather that we have here in Scotland and decided that the weather is better elsewhere. It can be better down south, or whenever the gates to Europe open ever again, I might end up take the bikes over there and do a bit more touring around Europe. So decided buy myself a pickup truck, get a trailer, and I'm going to take the bikes over next spring, summer, and I'm going to do a bit of touring. But I'll go into that at a later date. But this is the modification for it. This is putting the stamp on it, and this makes supposedly getting you chicks since 1903. So this is a midweek update vlog, guys. The biggest part of this one is I finally made a decision on the suspension, so I'll quickly go through that like in this video, so hang on for that. I'll let you know like what I bought and why I've decided. It comes from looking into it, a bit of investigation, my personal preferences, and as always taking on experienced advice from other street glide owners, Harley Davidson owners, and what they've done. There's a lot of guys out there with a lot more experience than I have with these. They use the suspension like to basically do racing, road racing, and generally they've been long-term owners with the suspension, so I'm going to basically take on their advice. I've got this new screen for the camera. I feel like I'm always looking at it, sorry. So today you'll see a little mishmash of the day. I'm going to go, and the weather's drying up, it's a bit mild, so I'm going to take my bike out today, just go for a quick spin, maybe test out the microphone on it again. The weather's up and down recently here in Scotland, so hang fire, and you'll see that on the next couple of clips before I get into the suspension setup. And hold on. So guys, as predicted, it rained as per normal in here in Scotland, but the rain is off. There's a bit of blue sky out there, the sun is shining, and I am going to get myself ready and jump on the bike. I'm going to go before it starts getting really cold. I've been threatening this for weeks. It's getting too cold, the temperatures came up, the temperature's coming down, so right now it's up, and I'm going to take the opportunity and go. So I'm going to stick the cameras on and let you see what it's like today. Alright, so carry on and you'll see the next clips. Alright? Well, here we go. So guys, I am at the car park, about a mile and a half, maybe mile and a half from South Queen's Ferry. Over there in the distance, over those bushes, you can see the Queen's Ferry crossing. So I am going to go across said bridge and test out this audio, because I want it to work. So guys, as you know, fairly new to this video logging, moto vlogging.
So I'm trying to make sure that I get it kind of set up right with my video and my audio, because I've got this really deep accent, deep tone to my voice, and it doesn't like to record on any of the cameras that I have, so I'm trying something new. If it does work, I'll let you know. You've probably seen in the distance, you've probably seen the Queensferry crossing and the 4th rail bridge. So we're going to go across the Queensferry crossing and go over to North Queensferry, just for a bit of enjoyment, test out the audio for a few minutes, and see how we're getting on. So part of the other reason that I've brought out the street glide today and not the night rod is, well, they've heard me go on about it now for a couple of videos, and especially at the start of this one where I've been discussing the upgrades in the suspension, and you all know about the stage 5 that's upcoming. Is, if you look there, you could probably see that my fuel gauge is still showing about a quarter tank. It's not too bad. What I'm trying to do is try and take a bit more fuel out of it, so I might as well go and enjoy a few more rides. So when they come to stripping down the bike to get ready for the stage 5, there isn't a lot of wastage. I know they can put the decanted fuel into another container, but I thought, well, why do that? Get myself out in a braking ride. So here we are. So we are going to cross the River Forth. This is the Queensferry crossing. Hope you guys can see that. This is the newest bridge. I'm going to cut over here. Hopefully it's not too windy on the audio. It's amazing. It doesn't matter what you try and do. It could be a royal pain. So we've got a lot of this wind deflection here, which is really good. Kind of eliminates a lot of the heavy crosswind. Used to get a lot of the crosswinds on the old bridge. That bridge in the middle, the 4th Road Bridge, is the older bridge in the 70s, I think, since it was commissioned. This one's been the last couple of years. So yeah, so it's like constant maintenance required. But yeah, so this cuts across the River Forth. You can probably see over that way some of the liners that came in. And over there you can see the 4th rail bridge, which connects the north and the south of the river estuary towards Fife and Lothian district. So not too long today, guys. Just wanted to give you a little brief run across this bridge, get you an idea what it's like to be here in central Scotland. It's not too bad temperature wise today, 12-13 degrees. The wind chill isn't that bad, so quite happy with that. I've got my leathers on today, first time for everything, for a while. It's really good. Street glide is quite good at the wind deflection, but as you can imagine, as you can see right in front of you, having these really big ape hangers, your knuckles are in the wind alright. It's probably the only part of me right now that's feeling anything. Everything else is, yeah, it's all good in the hood. So I'll keep you here, and keep you spinning around, and yeah, so I'll move on to the next clip, which is discussing the suspension. But glad you stuck with it, guys. You just test out my audio, hopefully it's all worked, and cool.
So as I mentioned earlier, guys, in the clip at the start of the video, I've made my choice on my suspension for the 2015 Street Glide Special. So at the end of the day, it boiled down to two brands. It was Legend Suspension and Olin Suspension. Now, I have used Olin suspension in the past on previous bikes that I have owned, and also it came with standard on some bikes that I have owned in the past as well. So I was swayed towards putting the Olin suspension on the Street Glide suspension. However, after doing a little bit of research, listening to some of the guys, like I mentioned earlier, who do the racing with these, who use them day to day on both sides of the pond in North America and here in the UK. I have now, and after doing a little bit of research online, I've decided to go with the Legend suspension. So what I'm going to go with is the Axio front, which is the cartridges for the front suspension on the Street Glide Special, which will lower it an inch, give it a bit of a stiffer ride, a bit firmer on the road, and help with my cornering and my braking, especially when you're dealing with a little bit more power and like torque and horsepower on the Street Glide after its modifications. On the rear, I'm going to go with the Revo on the rear. I'm going to go for a 13-inch on there. Going to bring it up a little touch, a little bit higher up, so it makes it turn a bit better as well. So you don't have to lift off the throttle as much if you're going into a bit of a more of a lean on the bends. Anybody who has got a Street Glide Special who is probably watching this probably knows sometimes when you lean in, there's maybe a slight hesitation, maybe a little bit of wobble. I'm not sure, everybody's different, everybody rides the bikes differently, but I know I sometimes get that, and going by the recommendation that I've had on this suspension setup, that this is going to help me eliminate that and probably improve my confidence as a rider when dealing with the Street Glide, the sheer size of it, and with the sheer size, the sheer weight, and with all the extra power coming from the stage 5 upgrade. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make the next clip that's coming on right now is going to be on the selection process on the Legend Suspension website and who I order it from. Stay tuned to the channel, and I'll let you guys see that in case anybody here is keen to see how I order my parts from the States using a company called Revzilla.com. I'll leave a link in the page, but in the link below the actual video, so hopefully you'll get that and give them a chance. So yeah, so stay tuned for the next clip, guys, and hope you enjoy. So guys, as I mentioned in that clip previously, I am going to show you how we find information on this Legend suspension for your Street Glide Special or any other motorcycle which you wish to get a hold of. So let's start, go up to the internet, bring up this, I'm going to click on this is one I prepared earlier, so this is Legend Suspension's homepage. So you've got up here legendsuspension.com. So I go down to products and I select on front suspensions. Then you come down here and you select on for myself it's FLH Touring, but as you can see you've got all the other models here, from your Dynas to your Tri-Glides to your Veros to Indians. So I'll just stick with the Touring, and then it shall select. There we are. I'll click the accept the cookies because it just gets in my way all the time. Okay, so you come down here. So my model is a 2015, so right down here at the bottom you have Legend Axio FLH front end suspension 2014 to 2020. So I'll select on that. Okay, so I'm going to choose the option here. Okay, so I'm going to select here and I'm going to take the 1-inch lowered, and that's what I'm going to go for. So one of the best things about this website that I found after doing a little bit of discovery, and this is for anybody new who's looking into this themselves for their own bike, is you come down here and you've got all these downloads that you can use. So you've got the install guide, fitment guide, you've got obviously the reasons for the suspension, you've got reviews, products, the technology behind each of the pieces of kit, product description, why it's good for you, it's like rating wise, depending on your weight. So perfect, great website, especially for somebody who's trying to learn how to get into the modification game. So that's how you find your rear suspension. Oh, sorry, the front end suspension. I'll get myself mixed up. So then I'm going to go to the coil suspension, and this is for the rear of the Street Glide. So same again, going to come down here and I'm going to select on models, go into FLH Touring, and you've got two options. You've got the Revo FLH and you've got the Revo Arc, Revo A. So between the two of them, I'll just select on the Revo here. Brings it up and it says basically select an option.
I'm going to choose the 13-inch Revo Black. It's hidden behind my bags and my bike, so I'm quite happy with that. As you can see, it shows the price in dollars, so for you guys watching in the UK, you do convert, so it's pretty straightforward. You can find it on websites such as archcustom.co.uk and hogparts.co.uk, but everybody's got their own personal preference the way they do their shopping for their motorcycles. So you come down here and you've got the product video, and also has the install guide and the legend tech. So what you can do is you can select that, you select allow, and as you see up here on the right hand side, it then brings up the installation guide. Absolutely perfect. So you can minimize that and save that into your documents for later. So I'll bring that up. So that is the Legends website. So now I know what ones I'm going to go for and price wise. So personally what I do is I come up here to Revzilla, and this is the website that I've been using to order a lot of things from the States from. It's a lot more direct. So the good thing about this website, you go into www.revzilla.com and you come to this home page, and you can see it here, $30 US shipping to United Kingdom. So they know they've got a lot of customer base over here, so maybe I'm speaking about information that most of you guys already know, maybe not. So you come down to the bottom of the page and you shop by bike. Absolutely spot on. So you hit street, you go to year, so my bike is a 2015. Apologies, not got my glasses. We come down here, we'll select Harley Davidson, and you cut here and you go right to the bottom if you look. So I have a Street Glide Special down here, so you can see the annotation FLH XS for the special. Down here, select go, and this will bring up everything that they stock for that model of bike, that year of bike. I love this website, absolutely fantastic. You can use it as a comparison tool for prices. It's all in dollars, exchange rate's your friend. It's a lot better just now, so you're not getting not a bad deal. So you come down and you look for suspension down here, select. Now you can turn around and select anything you want from that. If you want to look at all suspension and frames, you want to look at cartridge kits, so we'll look at the cartridge kit. That's for the front end of the suspension for my bike. So there we go. Legend suspension, axial fork springs for Harley Davidson Touring 2014 onwards. So I'll quickly jump back up to the tab, and you can see if I do that again, go into the front suspension, go down here, go down to FLH Touring, go straight down to the bottom here, click on here, go down here, 1 inch lowered, and you can see the price is exactly the same as here. Okay, so that's the way to do it. That's what I do. I look up the suspension, I look to see if there's any price comparisons. These guys will usually match it, no problem. The biggest competition that these companies have is the fact that this is bulk shipping. So you're getting it for $30 US, and I've had boxes come through the door and it's only $30. Most of my parts have all came from these guys. They get their parts direct from Legends, so it doesn't really matter, in my opinion anyway. So yes, we'll do that. So you select on this. If this is the suspension you want, you select your size. You just want it standard, or in my case, I want it lowered by 1 inch. And you just add that to your cart and carry on with your credit card until your wife says no. But yeah, so that's it, guys. I thought it sort of just a quick glance at how to, like, where I found information about the Legend suspension and who I ordered it from online. As I say, it's fully insured, takes about 3 days to get here, and it's absolutely spot on. You will have an import tax to pay on it, but I've worked it out that you do you actually are better off by at least a couple £100, and you also earn this, you actually earn cash back, and even though it's American, you still actually redeem that. So I have redeemed a few things, and I'll probably earn maybe a couple $100 worth of bits of equipment. So things like you know, cap covers for your master cylinders, little things that might come in handy. So yeah, as I say, look it up and see what you think. Hope you guys enjoyed that clip there. That was just me giving you the update on the suspension choice. So that suspension has now been ordered, and hopefully it will be here within the next 7 days. Being from the United States and everything right now going on with the COVID, everything might be delayed in customs by a couple more days. So I usually just call it 10 days. And once it gets here, I'll do a little video on that, just a little short one showing you what the items are like once they arrive from Revzilla in the States, so you can see it firsthand before it gets taken away and I get it bolted onto the bike during its stage 5 upgrade. As always, please subscribe to the channel, like, hit the notification bell, all the YouTubery as you can. Really appreciate it, guys. As I say, still learning every day. So hope you are all doing well and have a good one.